Welcome into a groomer's take on a beautiful Sunday afternoon, March something, 10, 11, 12, 13, somewhere around there. The NFL is always able to provide news, drama, takes all year round. It's March. The Super Bowl's barely over. Shout out to the Rams. I got a page. And I could go more, but I don't know all the players. I don't know who the offensive lineman is that the Eagles want to trade for or whatever. You know what I mean? But what every average Joe knows is all of this kind of news. Whether you're hardcore into football, fantasy football, these are the takes we like. This chair's a little broken. But I mean, we love it, right? And this whole episode is just going to be about football. Because there's other stuff out there we can talk about. But this beautiful episode, back on Groomer's Take, is about football. And of course we're going to start with Aaron Rodgers staying put in Green Bay. Now I still don't really know if this 4-year, $200 million deal thing is real. A couple days after the announcement, or even a day after the announcement, Rodgers says, okay, we'll pump the brakes. I'm coming back. But we're not signing this. Like, this deal isn't finalized. But really what I think it means for Green Bay fans is you're very lucky. Because you franchise tagged Adams, Devontae Adams, the best wide receiver in the game in my opinion. And Aaron Rodgers coming back. So you're good for a year. That's great. Whether those other years come, and if they do, great, whatever. He's Aaron Rodgers. You're happy to have him until the end of his career. What I don't like about it all is everyone, I think slurping is the word I've heard, especially on PTI with those two guys. Green Bay is the best team in the NFC now. What? The 49ers beat them. So they're better than you. The Rams won the Super Bowl, and they look like to be the exact same team, so they're better than you too. And who knows, Arizona, they're probably not going to do much. But yeah, Green Bay's the best team already. You didn't win anything. You haven't won anything. But this is cool. Aaron Rodgers coming back. Congratulations. We'll see what other things they do, but what we saw last year, in the playoffs at least, is you can't just always force the ball to Adams. I think they have a good backfield. They can rely on it, but there has to be another weapon there at wide receiver. And if they've added him already, then let me know because I have no idea. But you can't just keep going Adams, forcing the ball. You're not going to win. And is that more on the team management or is that on Rodgers because he can't find any other guys to throw the ball to? Who knows, right? What do I know? Russell Wilson traded to the Denver Broncos. The Denver Broncos. Hey, but you know what? This is a time for the Broncos, I guess, because you look at their offense and their defense. It's a good defense, and they've got some great weapons on the offensive side. Jerry Jeudy was funny. Was it Jerry Jeudy? Is that the guy there? He was saying like a day later, he's like, oh, this sucks, the stupid Twitter emoji face, blah, blah, blah. And then he says, oh, we lit when they get Russell Wilson, which is true. It was an absolute haul that they got. 2 first-rounders, couple seconds, and then it said in the feed, and a player. And unfortunately, the fan's turning on. Unfortunately for Noah Fant, tight end, he's just the player. Like, he's just nothing. But Noah Fant's a good football player. Unfortunately, now he has to go to Seattle, where, I mean, it's tough to find a quarterback. But let's look at these two teams separately now. You want to say who won the trade? They both win the trade because Denver's deciding to go for it now. Like, obviously, they're going for it. And that division is strong. The AFC in general is strong. So, yeah, sure, go for it. I love to see it. But I hope it hits. And, of course, Denver's now one of the favorites to win the Super Bowl because why not, right? That division's going to be exciting. And then on the Seattle side, well, you weren't doing anything with Russ. It was not working out. You still have weapons there, but you know what? You better hit with one of these picks or something because the NFL is a tough league to find a quarterback that is a stud, and he's going to be there for a long time. So you got to get that quarterback. And of course there's rumblings of all these quarterbacks on the move. Where could they land? But with these picks, something's got to happen. A lot of weapons there in Seattle, but this is going to be a grind now. And it's time for Denver to see what they got. I got a couple buddies who are Denver fans, so shout out to them. I'm hoping for you. The Denver Broncos rivals, perhaps, LA Chargers, made some moves. We won't hit on all of them just yet, but this one, Mike Williams, 3 years, $60 million, just before that tag deadline, that franchise tag deadline. Not shout out to me. I've never been a Mike Williams guy. Until last year I noticed, okay, he's pretty darn good. He's pretty darn good. And that team is starting to look like they're going to take that step. They should have been in the playoffs last year, but they goofed it. They're ready to rock. And I'm excited to watch. I'm going to be excited to watch this team. They just need to get the hell out of LA. Both teams do. It doesn't work. Doesn't work. Seahawks released Bobby Wagner. I think he came in the same year Russell Wilson did. Great years together. Shout out to Bobby Wagner. Obviously, great player, but he's been underrated and underappreciated for all this time. Maybe I just think that because I don't watch a lot of West Coast all the time, and we don't hear the news. But that guy's a player. That guy's a stud. And, of course, the Dallas Cowboys are interested in bringing him in because they're always interested in bringing everybody in. But wherever he lands, that team gets a lot better on the defensive side. And for Seattle, this is kind of like a retool, rebuild kind of thing, and they're going to save some money and blah, blah, blah. So we'll see what happens with that. New York Football Giants expected to pursue Mitch Trubisky. Of course they are. You suck. You're not good. And you're going to not be good again. I love them. I love their wideouts, though. Like, I love Sterling Shepard. He reconstructed his contract, I think, to save some more money and all that, yada, yada, I think. But, I mean, God, figure it out on that quarterback side. They're a mess. Saquon Barkley might need to move somewhere else. That guy needs to rejuvenate his career. I don't think it's going to work in New York for him. That team's a mess. I don't even know why I wrote this down. Can't believe Mitch Trubisky is in the Groomers Take episode. Whoa. Washington Commanders. Another thing I can't believe is in a Groomers Take episode. The name Commanders. What's wrong with the Washington football team? That's a great name. Anyways, to make anything more worse than the name Commanders, there's only one more word. Wentz. They brought in Carson Wentz because he's going to save them. Tyler, Heineken, I like to call him. I mean, yeah, he was good. He wasn't great. But is Wentz that much better? Yeah, I like Washington. I like a lot of the things they have. But now you have Carson Wentz as your quarterback. Why? Rumors came out from the Colts that his poor leadership and reckless style led to his exit. Well, yeah, if you're about to get sacked and you keep on trying to switch hands and throw it the opposite hand, your left, that's reckless. The poor leadership part I know nothing about. But if an NFL team, the NFL and that locker room has to be more together than any other sport in a sense to me. Because it's so big and it's one game a week. And your quarterback has poor leadership and that's coming out and being told to the public, that sucks. That's not a good look. I hate this. I hate everything about it. Washington Commanders, I'm going to hate saying that for the rest of my life. They're a mess. And I was really hoping that this would work. I guess I am hoping it works in a sense. But it's not going to. I don't see it happening. I do not see it happening. Carson Wentz is in Washington now. Yikes. Let's hit on the more LA Chargers news. They traded for Khalil Mack. This team is loading up. The offense is already, boom, dynamite, great. The defense just got better. I think they got him for like a third and a fifth or a third and a sixth or something like that. And originally, I think the Bears traded like at least a first, maybe more, 2 firsts to get this guy. And then you don't hear about him a lot. I think he had a down year, but I think, right now, doesn't it seem like anybody that goes to Chicago is going to have a down year? That's another team that I really want to see succeed, but it's just not working out. It does not look great. Want them to take a step, but Khalil Mack going to the Chargers, that's money. That's absolutely money. And whoever's a Chargers fan out there, get excited. Because that's big news. I wouldn't want to end an episode with 2 quick stories about the Cleveland Browns, but unfortunately that's what we're doing today. I know, I apologize. The Cleveland Browns' Jarvis Landry gets permission to seek a trade. And they said, okay, cool. And they said, okay, we're going to trade for Amari Cooper. So Amari Cooper goes from Dallas to Cleveland, which is great. Would that make Jarvis Landry maybe want to stay? Maybe Cleveland just wants him to go now. I don't know, but it's two pretty good weapons on the wideout. I'll keep circling back until I'm proven wrong that your quarterback is Baker Mayfield and he hasn't really shown anything. And I can understand and I can agree that the Odell Beckham thing didn't work. And just because Odell Beckham is a good player, even though I've crapped on him a lot, it doesn't mean it's always going to work with a quarterback. Whether it's chemistry, yada yada. Odell leaves, looks pretty good in LA, wins a Super Bowl. Can this work with Baker Mayfield? I don't think so. But I guess it's worth a shot. Because Amari Cooper's a really good wideout. And he had some heat in Dallas. Like, apparently him and Dak got into it a whole bunch. Especially at the last game of the season there. I love the NFL. It just brings us stories, right? It's phenomenal. But Amari Cooper going to Cleveland, is that great? I mean, no. To me, I think they're still the 4th best team in that division. Bias, I know. But still, I think that's a pretty good take by Groomer. Cleveland Browns. Unbelievable. It's good to be back. We got a little thing going on here. It's working a bit better. Hopefully it stays better, and hopefully you keep tuning in. So thanks for watching. This is Groomer's Take. NFL is back. Big, big, big time. And it's going to continue to bring us great news. All right, see you later.